Mr. Arokya Raja is a bachelor in physiotherapy. He's done his diploma in naturopathy and yogic sciences. He has received his training at Elizabeth Hospital under the famous Dr. Neeta Pai. He is currently employed with the State Bank of India. He also runs his own clinic at Worli called Sanjeevan, where he has recruited 5 visually challenged physiotherapists to work with him. And interestingly, he was just letting us know that there are other colleges in physiotherapy who send their interns to their clinics so that they can get training. He has been awarded the Excellence Award by the Rotary Club of Bombay North in 2016 and Therapist of the Year Award in 2018. He has treated many celebrities. Leela Naidu, a Bollywood actress of yesteryears, who was also considered to be one of the 10 most beautiful women in the world. She has written in her memoirs, Arokya has eyes in his hands. There cannot be a prouder moment for me today because here I have a former student of mine to address my current batch of students. May I invite Arokya to share his journey of hope and inspiration.
Ma'am, thanks for your kind introduction. I'm really surprised. I have met Bhatia ma'am about a decade ago and she was there with me at Kennedy. But still she remembers my stories with Leela Naidu ma'am and all. Thank you so much. That shows her memory. Okay, I'm not a great speaker. This is my first experience altogether. So pardon me if I'm wrong anywhere. Before starting, I would like to ask you all that you would like to experience heaven on earth. Anyone? Yes. So for that, you have to remember a few things. I experienced that, so that's why I'm sharing my views with you all. First of all, difficulties brings opportunities. Difficulties brings opportunities, and all problems have got a solution. This is what I have learned all through my journey. Before starting telling you all about my journey, I was born in 1975 in a small village near Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip of India. But at the age of 8, my father was working here at L&T, Larsen and Toubro. So we all migrated here to Mumbai and did my schooling over here. During my school days, I was born a normal child. I was having normal vision. I was, like you all playing here and there. I used to ride bike. I was excellent in sports. I have got almost 25 medals to my credit during my schools. Whether it is long jump, I have won inter-school competitions, gold medalist in high jump, running, long jump, long distance running, 800 meters, 6 kilometers, marathon, 10 kilometers, and even standard chartered 21 kilometers I have run. But after 10, my vision was totally deteriorating very rapidly. Vision means I have got retinitis pigmentosa. Right from the birth, I was diagnosed as retinitis pigmentosa, in which there is degenerative changes taking place in my retina. As when the degeneration changes take place, the vision deteriorates. Initially, it was just at the night time, but later on, it started deteriorating during the daytime also. 11th and 12th, I could do almost only because of my vision problem. But even at that time, I find a lot of difficulties. Reading the board was difficult. I couldn't write what is there in the board. So I was hiding all these things from my teachers. But one of my English professor caught me red-handedly that I was not writing anything in the books. So she was furious that day and wanted me to, see with my parents the next day at the staff room. I took all the medical reports and I just convinced her. Later on, the teaching faculty also supported me in my this thing. After my 12th, it was the vision was deteriorating very rapidly and very bad. That my father took me to the famous ophthalmologist, Dr. Maskati at Chennai Road. There he sent me to a low vision center for special glasses, so that I would be able to read things. But over there, Dr. Bolab, he said that now I'm entering the blind field. Initially, I have seen blind people walking on the roadside. I used to help them. I used to imagine how they come to know that they have come to the street corner. We used to help them to cross the road. But when I was told that you are going to be a blind and very soon you have to take the stick in my hand, it was big hiccup for me, a big difficulty for me. And as I said, remember, difficulty brings very good. So it was a time for depression for the entire family. I'm the only son in the family. I had to bring up my family also, and we are from the middle class, not so rich also. So all these things were going on my mind, my father's mind, my mother's mind, and my sister. Everyone was under depression. What about my higher education? Who will study what? Blah blah blah. All things were there. When you become a blind, there are three things which hit my mind. What will happen to my dignity as a blind person? What will happen to my social security? And third is what will happen to my mobility? Dignity, social security, and mobility. So I had to overcome these three difficulties in my life. As I received the blindness certificate, I was certified as legally blind. So I took admission in the rehabilitation course where they taught me how to use a cane blindfolded, and some vocational trades like how to make candles, how to make cycle repairing, chair caning, वगैरह for a 3 months course. I was not satisfied with that because I'm the person with great potential, great energy, with lot of energy, lot of running, high jump. And today someone is telling me blindfold and walk with a stick. It was really, really, my heart was beating at that time. But it was, as I said, it was the first step for my growth. After that, at NAB itself, they had started a physiotherapy course. I took admission in that because I was very keen to learn science, and with full dedication, full energy, I devoted entire time and energy in studying physiotherapy. 100% dedication to that. That was the turning point in my life. That brought me opportunity to my life. These difficulties brings opportunity. This brought me opportunity. Since then, till today's date, there was not a single day I had to sit at home without any job or without any work, thanks to physiotherapy. At that time the learning skills were very difficult. It was in the year 1996. The Braille which I learnt in the rehabilitation center helped me a lot. I was able to read I was able to write things at that time, but not able to read. The hardship what I faced is I used to write in my notes, come home, my mother took a lot of pain. She used to read everything what I have written. I convert that into the Braille, and I used to study that along with my friends, and I used to travel from Goregaon to Mahalakshmi, and on the train we used to study and finished my physics. It was big challenging for us, but it gave me a lot of satisfaction. Since then, there was a lot of home visits pouring in, people with stroke, paralysis, orthopedic conditions. I had treated many patients like that since then. That is almost 22 years since now. After I passed out from that, it was another one setback. My father had a heart attack, and he has to take BRS from the work. Suddenly all the responsibilities came, family responsibilities also came on my head, and after that I had to join a Ultra Health holistic clinic. It was a what is it, alternate healing therapy. I picked up a lot of skills like reflexology, aromatherapy, and shiatsu from there. Even then, even after so much of practice and all, I was hiding my blindness from people. I was not using cane. I was feeling shy to use a cane. I was having little bit of vision, as you know, as if anyone sees me, what will happen to me? As if I have not accepted my blindness till then. There lot of clients, lot of celebrities used to come over there. It was in Juhu. Even Sonu Alia, the actress, Amir Khan, and I personally know Rajkumar Izani, that Three Idiots film producers. So all these persons, I know them personally, as well as they had taken even Rahul Roy at that time. His movie was there, Ashiki. So I had given reflexology and all to them, and still then I've never used to disclose my blindness to them. People can't make out that I'm a visually challenged person. But my boss, who was over there, Dr. Nivedita Raval, she came to know that Raja is hiding his blindness from the clients. So since then, she made it a personal attempt that all her clients comes to know that Raja is blind. After that, I realized my responses to my therapies increased drastically. People started helping me out so much, and good responses. It was pouring like anything. So that removed the barrier from my mind. Disability is not a barrier. Disability is not a problem at all. There is a lot of solution from that for that. After a few years, I got an opportunity to work in Saint Elizabeth Hospital, which is there at Walkesham, Malvar Hill. I was working there for 5.5 years under Dr. Neeta Pai, and it is a 3-storied building that I to treat all sort of patients, gynecological patients, pediatric patients, geriatrics, from pediatrics to geriatrics, orthopedics to neurology, all conditions. I was again so much of confidence in treating all those patients that I was so special in treating coma patients. You will not believe I have treated patients for years together. People who are in coma, I used to make them stand, even walk. And that all with single-handedly. So that much of confidence I had. I would like to share some of the experience with you which I had during this period in the tenure with St. Elizabeth Hospital. As you know, we had a OPD over there where I was working all alone. I was oriented with all the hospitals, the rooms, and also people can't make out that he's a blind physiotherapist or a sighted physiotherapist. There's no distinction between me and a normal physiotherapist. Once I was, after so many years, I was just going to basically one of my patient at Hill Plaza at Malvar Hill, walking down the lane. When I walk in the lane, I had to use the key. So I was just walking down the lane, and there was a person who came running behind me. Doctor Saab, hope you all can understand Hindi also, right? A few words. Okay. So he said, Doctor Saab. Yes. I just turned behind and said, yes. आपने मुझे पहचाना मैं. So when he said Doctor Saab, obviously he is going to be my old patient. So आप उधर आए थे एलिजाबेथ में. Yes. 3 years back आपने मुझे मेरा घुटना ठीक किया था. Yes. अभी कैसा है, ठीक है ना? Yes, it's fine. Then he started scratching his head. लेकिन तभी आपको ये विजन का प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, अभी कैसा हो गया? That was, when we work with our patient, people can't make out that the difference between the sighted physiotherapist and a blind physiotherapist. So that gave me a certificate. He gave me a certificate of perfection with the sighted physiotherapist, always better off. Second experience I had, it was night time around 8:30. I want to catch a taxi to go home. So I got a taxi from Chief Minister's bungalow, opposite to Chief Minister bungalow. I got hold of a taxi, and I asked him whether आप Grand Road station जाएंगे. So he said yes. So I sat in his taxi. He went a few distance ahead and he started talking to me. The taxi driver spoke to me. He said, आपको सुबह मैंने चर्ची गेट स्टेशन के पास यूरोस के पास देखा था मॉर्निंग टाइम। दोपहर को आई सॉ यू नियर महालक्ष्मी स्टेशन नियर हाउस रेस कोर्स। एंड शाम को अभी नाइट को यहाँ पर 8:30 एट चीफ मिनिस्टर्स बंगलो। आप हो कौन? आप तो मेरे टैक्सी से ज्यादा तेज भागते हो। सो that day I got the certificate of my mobility. As I said, problem with me was three things: dignity, social security, and dignity. So this was my, actually I feel this is my certificate. The taxi driver gave me a certificate of my mobility. Second example, I would say I was just going to a bus stop. I want to catch a bus to from Nepean Sea Road to Elizabeth. So I was approaching the bus stop, and one TC guy told me. He said, "हम SP कुठे जायचं आहे?" Means SP रुको, कहाँ जाना है आपको? SP means special passengers. In BS Plus when they board, they are given the special passengers. So that is a nickname. With showing his chest, the rude, harsh tone they have. SP किधर जाना है तुमको? So I just politely said, हमको सेंट एलिजाबेथ हॉस्पिटल के बस पकड़ना है। तो he hold me hand. हाँ रुको इधर, मैं बताता हूँ। So there was a passerby who was a lady. I don't know who was she. She said, "वो तुम्ही असं काय बिहेव करतात, असं काय बोलतात, ते डॉक्टर आहे." There was pin drop silence for a while. Then he slowly asked me, "आप डॉक्टर हैं?" So then I raised my head and said, "Yes, I'm doctor." Then his problem started. He started having free consultation with me about his problems of files, वगैरह. He started 5 minutes free consultation was there, how to take precaution. I started and consultation to him. After 5 minutes, the bus came. Immediately he called the conductor and the driver. बोला आगे आ जाओ, साहबाना बसायला द्या, सबको बैठने के लिए दो. So from SP the tone changed to staff. रहा, so the second part also was sorted. There is lot of dignity in our profession. People respect you. So the blindness is not a hurdle at all. There is no difficulty at all. So the third point about the social security. Just about 10 years of practice of physiotherapy, I could afford to buy a house of mine in the heart of Mumbai. Within 10 years of So this completely solved my problem. Now my mindset was different. Now I felt that I had to think about this, not only for myself. Now I had to think about my fellow beings. People who are like me, I had to do something for them. Suddenly I was thinking I was having place problem. I don't have a place. So luckily, by God's grace, I came across a well-wisher who was my patient, a Rotarian. They had a place at Worli. So I requested them, why don't we start a clinic, because they had got other activities also. So this idea was there in my mind. I told them, I will recruit all the people and I will manage everything. Please just give me some place for me to stand. So he did a lot of good work for me, and that's how the base for Sanjeevan Physio was laid out. Meanwhile, when I was going into this, I was also having an opportunity to work for National Association. From where I got passed out, I got an opportunity to teach the newly joined freshers students to brush up them with anatomy and physiology. So I was a special faculty. I was there to teach the blind people. And after a few days, I come across a famous personality over there who became the principal of the physiotherapy college. It was a certificate course, but later on, he did lot of efforts to upgrade the course, and we had series of workshops over there. We have, he invited people from Duke University, America. Those people, Duke University people, had come all the way to Mumbai to teach us the mobilization of the joint. It's a 3 days workshop. The whole team, we had a very good experience over there. He connected us to the University of Japan, where they, taught us a lot of hands-on training, and it was her effort that she converted the certificate course that went to diploma course, and also because of the effort, we got an opportunity to enroll ourselves to have an integrated course with the sighted people, sighted physiotherapy in the bachelor, do graduation and post graduation. Today, because of her effort, I tell you, there are about 50 BI physios who has completed the bachelor's in physiotherapy. Thanks to that person, that is none other than Asha Bhatia ma'am. So I request everyone to have a standing ovation to her. Thank you ma'am for your wonderful efforts for taking us to the next level. Okay. And secondly, after that, meanwhile, I got an opportunity to work for State Bank of India in the year 2013. It was a big hiccup for me. I don't want, because I am doing quite well, I don't want to join the banking sector, but my parents insisted that it's better, instead of roaming here and there, you'll be sitting in one place. So to keep up that mind, I said, well, let's join Karke. But my other things were getting compromised. Dignity and respect, everything were getting compromised. People were, I was not knowing anything about banking sector. My office was a back office. It is about to, where almost 200 branches are linked with our branch, our office. That is called DAC, Document Archival Center. So it is nothing to do with banking. Also, it is a back office. It's a special thing where they store records, retrieve records, restorage records, and inspection. The 4 activities used to carry on over there. But some of the staff, when the new recruit comes, the harassment usually happens. So that happened with me also. I was very much demotivated and want to resign it from the post, and I told my family members also. Everyone agreed. Even my father agreed. But later on, he said in a very sad mood, okay, if you don't want to continue, just resign it. But his voice was very, like a crying voice. So I thought, no, not to hurt the feelings of our parents. So I continued it, but I tried to face the difficulty, find a solution from it. I thought of learning myself from that subjects, and today I tell you, all the 200 branches, if they have any difficulties, they will call only one person, Arokya Raja. All the branches have got my name. Anyone is getting transfer also, he will write it down in any branch manager will write it down in their notes. DAC means Arokya Raja. So they will call up from them, because there are many CBI inquiries, any fraud cases comes also. They have to give them the technical support, and many people don't know that. Even over there, they don't know that the records which I am retrieving and giving them is a visually challenged person. I used to receive a lot of letter of appreciation from the branch managers, saying that thanks to Arokya and thanks to DAC and the staff, because of the effort, we could present the cases in the court the next day. Okay, keeping that apart, as this Rotary thing was growing, I was having good support from the Rotary Club also. And every day we used to treat 50 to 60 patients every day at Rotary Club. And 5 years we were there, but due to some issues, we had to vacate. The whole thing was delayed. shut down. That contract got over and we had closed our activities over there. Suddenly, I was in no man's land with all the 4 therapists under me and no other thing in my hand. I was not knowing what to do. No one was there to support me also. But I was very keen and passionate about my aims and goals that I don't want to leave physiotherapy. The rent, we had lot of doctors attached over there, whether it is orthopedic, whether it is neurologist and general physician. Everyone knows about us, about our activities. They have supported us all the years. But now to practice over there, we have no place. Suddenly I was in no man's land. Even my family was also taking their steps behind to finance me to find a place for rent. It is very huge. So, but I said no way. I tried my level best, and by God's grace, we got some other testing, and that's how Sanjeevan Physios came into existence. Because of that, today there are about 5 families attached with Sanjeevan, VI families attached with Sanjeevan Physios, and we are doing quite well. And we are also on future. Also, we have got future plans. Recently, in the lockdown, there are many blind, not physiotherapists, but massage therapists who are employed in the spa and all. They lost their jobs. They have become jobless. So now we are into launching a new business where we are trying to connect those people to the needs. We are trying to conduct events on parties, wedding anniversaries, weddings, where they can keep a foot massage and all the other things. So we are trying to correct them and giving recruitments to many other VI physios like this, right? And yes, so as I said, those days, as I said, I was working only with the braille. Now things are changed. We use maximum use of technology. Many people may be thinking that how we used to read books and all. Books, reading, we used to read this. We can read the X-ray reports and all. This all can be done with the help of technology. Your mobile, we make use maximum of the mobile. Our mobile reads text for us. You know, even all of your mobile has got the screen reading software. The timing is 11:54 a.m. So all these things we can see, we can read. So even our books, physiotherapy books, we all study, scan the book, change it into the soft copy, PDF file or Word file. We scan it and read it. Now today, because of the integration with the normal physios, we do a lot of hands-on techniques, taping, kinesiotaping, taping, we do dry needling also, we do acupuncture also, and that is also very gracefully and neatfully. You won't realize there is any technique. We do manipulation of the joints. Till today, in 7 years, as I said, there are 50-60 patients every day, 6 days a week. We have treated thousands and thousands of patients in our clinic, people at Worli DDD Chowk. And I tell you, many of the patients who are about to go for surgery of the knee surgery, back surgery, they have come out of the surgery because of this Sanjeevan Physios. So our project, our mission has not only helped the blind physiotherapists but also help the society in large. I also request you all, since you all are students, after some days you will pass out from this thing. Remember this thing, any difficulties you will have, there is a solution to it. Any difficulty will have opportunities. All problems will bring you solution, right? Only thing, as I have the goal, your goal should be set. It's like a football. The goal, our aim is to put the goal. The problems will come from any direction. You can twist, turn, and our aim should be goal. Okay, the goal should be set, and I'm sure we'll achieve our goal and be success in our life, and also lit the candle of other people around us. Right? Thank you all. Before leaving, I will give you some small tips in some of physiotherapist. A small tip to take care of your neck and postures in all your students, and also in after you go out and do your work. A small exercise that is a 5 minutes every 1 hour is the rule of exercise. Since after the lockdown you all are sitting in the laptop and sitting in the desktop lot of work, there is a common problem which I have come across is the protruding neck, forward neck, rounded shoulders and forward neck, right? So to correct that, this will not only increase your relieve pain, but also improve your studying capacity directly or indirectly. When you are free from pain, when you are at ease at studies, this will increase your memory, your capacity, and your outcome will be in a much better way. Acid in the muscles, and your posture also changes, like protruding neck, your rounded shoulders. What happens? The muscles in front of the shoulder, that is become tight. Upper back of the neck, it is become tight, whereas interscapular region, that is elongated and stretched. So we have to balance that. There are certain exercises you have to do it 5 minutes every exercise, that will help you in long run. For that, first exercise, you all can do it with me. Very good. First is chin tuck. How do you do that? Your head is straight. You have to push it back. It's a simple one. Just you are not doing like this, huh? It is just like this. Chin tuck. Feel the stretch on the back of the neck. Doing it. Okay. Second, you'll rotate your shoulder to the left. Feel the stretch here. If you not, then you can gently feel the stretch. Hold it for a second. Same way for the right side also. Stretch it gently and look as high as possible. Then rotation to the left, rotation to the right. Sixth one is raising up the shoulder. Feel the tightness. Feel the tightness in the trapezius and relax. Take it up and relax. And the last one, bracing back the shoulder. Feel the tightness between the shoulder blades. Hand is relaxed. Thank you so much everyone for bearing with me and hearing my talk for so long. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. So we learnt a lot from sir, and every opportunity is there. In every adverse situation, should find an opportunity. It was a great learning for me at least. And thank you so much sir for coming to our campus. And thank you all of you for joining us. Thank you.
My deep regards to Dr. Arakia Raj, Asa Madam, Chatterjee sir. It was really kind of different time, space, which I was sitting there and I was revisiting myself. When he was talking his life journey, he was sharing his life journey with all of us. He was talking about that he is visually impaired. So there are two types of visions we have in our life. One is outward vision, one is inward vision. So when outward vision is impaired, you gain the divine power. God blesses you to see from within. And that is your insight, your wisdom. When God constructs a person, a man, and sends to this world, he is not an impaired. Due to certain reasons, certain experiences, certain incidents, we lose some capacities. But at the same time, it is God's wish, God's divine power that gives us something else, which might be our capacity, strength, which is inside the person. And I'll remain grateful to Dr. Arakia to give us a different feeling altogether in this hall, 160-seater. life is really beautiful. He has, and he might be seeing something challenging in his life. He is sharing his stories with us. But I would say, Arokia sir, not have any challenge in your life. You have overcome all the challenges with the grace of God, and with your divine power, kind of strength you have gained over a period of time, to never feel that you have lost so many other abilities, but you have gained, in fact, a lot of strength with the grace of God. So we are very much blessed. We are very much lucky that we have got you today here with us, and you have inspired all of us to understand and perceive life with a different sense of feeling and vision. Thank you so much. I pray to God so that you come stronger and stronger and stronger every day, and inspire millions of students in so many different institutes in India and abroad also, if possible. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So whatever is valuable lecture, it is really, I also have learned the new things here. So it's a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's indeed my proud privilege to be with all of you and to have an association of a person who is an epitome of faith, hope and love. Before I convey my heartfelt thanks to him and to all of you, I would like to ask you a question. Do you know why we celebrate December 3 as a day for disabled people? Do you know that United Nations General Assembly in 1992 proclaimed that to mark this day as a token of respect to all those disabled people who keeps on fighting the challenges every day? UBS stands for them. UBS believes that they are an important strata of society, and it is high time for all of us to give their due dignity, honor and respect. And thus we have today with us a profile like Arogya Raja. Just think for a while, when he was in 9th and 10th standard, he realized that his vision is slowly getting affected. Yet, he was not daunted by all these challenges. He kept on struggling, and today you see him not only as a successful banker, not only as a successful physiotherapist, but also as a successful human being contributing to the best of his ability as far as society is concerned. खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तदबीर से पहले खुदा खुद बंदे से पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. So writes Iqbal, and he is a living epitome of that. Arogya Raja is a living example of that. He has not cared any hardships and continues to address us saying, treat every difficulty as an opportunity. This is also an occasion, and I think I shall be failing in my duty if I do not say that it is because of Dr. Asha Bhatia we have been successful to bring a personality like Professor Raja here. Dr. Asha has been very, very supporting towards our endeavor to create an inclusive UBS where we will respect, where we will try to understand, we will stand, we will align, we will support with all those who are disabled. And believe me, without Dr. Asha, this assembly would not have been possible. So I would like to convey on behalf of all of you to Dr. Asha for the wonderful initiative that she has taken as a part of diversity and inclusiveness. Last but not the least, let us try to learn from what we have hearing today from Mr. Arogya Raja. He has been a spare personality, and he said that he feels good when people tell him that you are faster than us. I believe that this session has been a wonderful session, as it has helped us to realize that as future managers of tomorrow, future leaders of tomorrow, we are not going to confine ourselves merely to the world of management, but we all need to be square personality, like Mr. Raja, who has shown us, who has demonstrated before us that in spite of having visual challenges, he continued to perform his best. Thank you, sir, once again for being with us, and have a wonderful time. Thank you.